You got a long way to go.
I'll see what I can do.
I appreciate it.
All right, Coach, just first off, start with your name and your school.
Brittney Ezell, Belmont University.
And then just some general thoughts on the upcoming season.
General thoughts. Cautiously optimistic. 8 out of our 13 players are freshmen and sophomores. Moving into a new league, we're just really not sure what to expect quite yet, so let's just go with cautiously optimistic.
And then what do you like most about your team this season?
I love my team's chemistry. I do. On and off the floor, the way that they pull for one another, even in difficult situations that we put them in the preseason. Off the floor, we've had some tragedy this fall and had some, we call our group the fam, and we've had some death in the family, we've had some illness, and just to see our kids pull together, I think that translates on the court to the way they play with one another, the way they communicate, and I think that's probably my favorite part of this group.
What do you see as the biggest challenges moving forward this season?
I think the biggest challenge for us is the unknown. We don't know much about the league. We don't know much about the environments we're going to be facing. We don't know much about the other teams we're going to be facing. And I think the big challenge for us will be to be the best version of Belmont we can be every night, regardless of who we're playing. So it's scary going into the unknown, and I know our kids are a little anxious, but it's exciting at the same time.
This being your first season in the Ohio Valley Conference, what do you think about the conference as a whole?
What do I think about the conference? I don't want to play UT Martin twice. How about that? I'm not sure what to think as a whole. I'm really kind of focused on our first game with Texas State, and I haven't really started looking at the conference in terms of how we're going to stack up. I don't think that's fair for me to look that far ahead. Traditionally, growing up in Middle Tennessee, this conference is a lot of fun to watch. It's very competitive from top to bottom, so I don't expect this year to be any different.
How do you feel that moving to divisions in the league is going to affect the league play?
Difficult for me to say since I'm new. This will be the only model that I know, so we can pass on that question. How about that? We move past? Yes. Kanisha, that's my first pass of the day. Pass.
What will it take for your team to reach all of its goals this season?
I think we're going to have some clearly defined goals, and we haven't really done that yet. We haven't even played our first scrimmage yet, and so we need to figure out who we are as a group, and I think you find that out through competition. Once we have our first scrimmage, then we can sit down and reassess where we are and what some realistic goals are, goals that are attainable, goals that are tangible, and things that our kids are wholeheartedly believing in. It makes no sense for me to set a goal for them. I think it has to come from them. Kind of like we said in practice this morning, I can name all the captains that I want, but the leaders are going to emerge on their own. I think the same thing can be said for our team goals.
And then lastly, tell us a little bit about your non-conference schedule.
It's not as murderer's row like it was last year, but in the non-conference we're playing Georgia, Ole Miss, Indiana at Indiana, Cincinnati at Cincinnati. We opened the season down in South Texas in Corpus Christi playing Texas State and Texas A&M Corpus Christi. So I think we've got a healthy mix of mid-majors and some BCS schools. So I like the mix. We're continuing the Battle of the Boulevard series that carried over from the A-Sun with Lipscomb University. So I like our pre-conference schedule. I think it'll prepare us for anything that we might face in the OVC, and like I said, that's still unknown for us.
Good luck this season.
Thank you. I appreciate it.